Here we are in the kitchen again with our holiday tablecloth. We have a Yamaha to work on. Belongs to one of my wife's friends from work. It's an old Yamaha. If the camera will pick that up, F-310. The serial number on it is 808-20200. I think if I've deciphered it right, that means it was built in 1998. Anyway, it's in pretty sad shape. I mean, it's not bad. It's got strings that are busted and missing and loose and floppy. It's got a big whammy in the back of there. There's my dirty, messy table. It's got a big whammy in the back. Wish I had some tinted lacquer to put in there, but maybe you can do something with it. Mostly we're just gonna clean it all up. It's got some spooge on the pit guard, and there's a bunch of gunk up in this area. I don't know what it is. It almost looks like paint or something up in there. Fingernail polish. I don't know what the heck it is. We're gonna try to clean it up, put some new strings on it, maybe polish the frets up a little bit, and see if we can get it to play, because she wants to take some guitar lessons, the lady that owns it, and she can't play it this way, so we'll see what we can do with it. And here I am again on the old kitchen workbench, working on the Yamaha F-310, and got it all cleaned up pretty good. Scrubbed a bunch of crap off of it, a bunch of DNA and fingernail polish or paint or something that was on it. Cleaned up pretty nice. I'm just going to polish the frets up on it, and we'll oil the fretboard, put some strings on it, see how it plays. Check the truss rod. I haven't done that yet. I need to check the truss rod, make sure the truss rod adjusts. Probably should do that first before I spend any more time. I'll go get my tools and check that. But when I took the strings off, the nut fell off of it. Looks like it had a little tiny spot of glue in there, but it came off. So once we do some measurements on it, we'll glue it back on and see if we can make it play. Oh, good grief, who put the lid on? Some muscle bound ape. Fretboard is so dry, so discolored. So weird. Put some linseed oil on it. See if we can bring it back to life. When the owner of the guitar bought this, it was missing some strings already, so she bought that packet of strings and had somebody put a couple of them on, so the packet was missing a couple, so I just went and bought some. Had to buy this one, G string. I always have to count E, A, D, G. Okay, so I bought a G string, and it was the right gauge to fit in the pack, but the low E string wasn't, and they didn't have, you know, matching strings. They had the other color of winding on them. They said they would work for acoustic or electric guitars, so I went ahead and bought them. They were only a few bucks a piece. I should have just bought a whole new set of strings, but I'm trying to go cheap. But anyway, this one's out of 52, and it's supposed to have a 54, is what came in the package. And I'm getting a little bit of string buzz off of this string. I think the string's just a little bit too small, and it's sitting down in the groove. And the nut just a little lower than it should. That's the only string that really buzzes, is that low E. But it's got a pretty good buzz to it, but I think I might just leave it, have her start learning how to play it, and if she decides she likes it and she wants to keep it and play it, then we'll get her another whole set of strings and put a whole matching set of strings on it, so it sounds nice. The nut came off when I took the strings off, and I left it loose. I thought if the string action was quite high, I should have just measured it before I took the old strings off, but I figured if it was quite high, I might just try to shave a little bit off the bottom of the nut, because I don't have any nut files, and I don't know that I could get the angle set up properly. I'm still an amateur, obviously. So I was just going to shave a little bit off the bottom if it was too high, but with fret buzz, I'm not going to take anything off of it. I'm just going to leave it alone. I measured it out with my trusty automotive feeler gauges. I got about 25 thousandths on this side, which is a little higher than I would like. I'd like to see about under 20. I got 18 thousandths on this side, so that's not too bad. Up here at the 12th fret, on the low E side, I've got 75 thousandths, which it's okay. Over here, I've only got 54 thousandths. I thought, man, that's quite a difference. But if you look at the bridge, I don't know if you can see that in the camera. Get my fat finger out of the way. The bridge is really, really short on the low E side, and it's really thick and tall on the, opposite. On the high E side, it's really low, and there's hardly anything there. On the low E side, it's quite thick. And I don't know if that's a characteristic of Yamaha guitars. I haven't really seen one or worked on one for a long, long time. It seems to play good. You know, it feels pretty good in my hand. It doesn't hurt my fingers. The action's not so high that it hurts my fingers, so it's probably going to be good enough for her to start with. Take a few lessons, see how she likes it, and we'll go from there. If she decides she quite likes it, then we'll get her some more strings and get it set up for her a little bit better. By then I might have some fret crowning files and a little bit of experience. If I need to, I can flatten the frets out. The second fret buzzes pretty good when you're playing it. If you fret the first fret, you get a big buzz. If you go past that, then it seems to go away a bit. Anyway, I've talked enough. I'm going to pull the strings back off of it, put a couple just tiny drops of glue on the nut, glue the nut down, and then I'll string it back up, dust all my fingerprints off of it, cut all the floppy ends off, and get it back to her. See if she wants to take some lessons. Okay, as I stated before, when I took the original strings off, the nut came loose. When I put the new strings back on, I did not glue it back on because I thought I might want to try to shave a little off the bottom to lower the action right here. But I'm getting a little bit of string buzz, so I can't really do anything with this one until we get some fret tools and I'm able to level all the frets out and recrown the frets. So I'm going to take the strings loose, prop a eraser up underneath the strings and see if I can get the nut out from under there, put just a tiny little bit of glue on it, because I may want to get it off somewhere down the road in the future. So I'm just going to put one little drop of glue underneath it and then glue it back on. So here we go with that. I'm actually kind of surprised at the nut. Most of these that I've had apart, the nut has been a hollow plastic piece of crap nut, but this one actually is made out of some kind of solid material. I don't know what it is, but it's a little bit better than most I pulled out. But got our trusty eraser there holding the strings up out of the way. Now we'll get it glued back on.